Yeah, hi there. See, this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And your question is a little bit more difficult than I thought when I originally looked at it. I mean, you just need 4 points, right? But it's a lot more complicated than that when we really start looking at your subtotals. But let me just ask you this, or let me just say this. Congratulations, first of all. You've done very well so far. You got 85. Nobody should be unhappy with a score of 85. So first of all, congratulations on your progress so far. Now let's take a look at your specific situation. So reading, you got 17. You need 21. So you need to gain 4 more points on the reading. The listening, you're absolutely perfect. I mean, you only need 18. You got 24. You have more than what you need, so no problem there. The reading is going to be difficult, I'll be honest with you. 4 points takes time, takes practice. Speaking, you need to get 22. No, not 22, 26. Your score right now is 24. Probably you have some pronunciation problems you have to solve in order to move past that 24. And in the writing area, this is also a bit problematic. You need to get 24, and you have 20 points right now. So given the fact that you need to get 4 points higher on the reading, 2 points higher in the speaking, and 4 points higher in the writing area, my best guess is you're looking at probably about 90 days. Now, during those 90 days, there's a lot of things you can do. Now, I'm guessing right now your listening is already pretty good. Reading, there's 5 basic things that you want to be doing over the next 90 days in order to improve your reading scores. So let's deal with this first. First of all, you want to read for about an hour a day, every day for the next 90 days. Read magazines, newspapers, and longer books. Don't even use a dictionary. The main thing is just get experience reading different kinds of text. You can take notes if you like, and you can use your notes to write a summary or to orally summarize the information. Either way, you're practicing your integrated speaking and integrated writing skills. So that would be something you could do there. Number 2, you want to improve your vocabulary. You can do this directly in my online TOEFL course. You want to work on improving that. That's going to help you, I think, in the reading and the writing and even the speaking areas, I think, of your score. So start studying the vocabulary from my course. You can learn over 1,700 college-level words in my course. Of course, it takes time, and you want to start doing that today. Number 3, again, in my online course, you want to start taking my speed reading practice tests. You want to improve your reading speed to about 300 words a minute with 80% comprehension of academic reading passages. That's also going to be very useful for you, not just for TOEFL, but when you have to read. Think about how much time you'll save in the long run if you improve your reading speed, and you actually will remember more of what you read if you read faster because you'll have fewer distractions in your brain. Now, number 4. You want to become familiar with the IBT reading test taking strategies. You can do that directly in the reading section of my course. That's also important. You identify what the question type is and the strategies for answering that question. For example, there are rhetorical questions during the IBT reading. There's organizational questions, implied detail questions, main idea questions, insert a sentence type question. There's a lot of them. There's even completing schematic tables and charts as well. So it's important to become familiar with those. Now the 5th thing, and my online course does not offer this, but you want to do it, is begin taking TOEFL level reading practice tests. Now my website has speed reading practice tests, but that's not exactly the same thing as the TOEFL level reading practice test. So if you have a TOEFL book, you might have Barron's, Longman, Cambridge, Kaplan. Any of those TOEFL books will have the appropriate, I think, reading practice exercises for you, especially practice tests. Now you want to go through the test, take it, and pay particular attention to the answers you missed. This is called analysis. You want to look at what you missed and why, and hopefully you begin to learn how to avoid making those mistakes during the actual IBT TOEFL. So that would be some suggestions right now, things that you can begin doing today to improve your reading. Now remember, do not delay. Reading takes time. What you do today won't benefit you tomorrow. What you do tomorrow won't benefit you the next day. It takes time. What you do today may benefit you 2 or 3 months from now. And to really improve reading, it's a combination or an accumulation of doing these 5 things I just told you over an extended period of time. You will get results. Now let's go to speaking. I think speaking, what you want to do at my website, is take the pronunciation pretest as quickly as you can, and then you also want to take what's called some of my speaking practice tests. So I need to get familiar with any types of pronunciation problems you have, and I can give you some recommendations of how to solve those problems, because my pronunciation section contains lessons for all of the consonants, all the vowel sounds of American English, and you'll get instruction in a whole bunch of different areas. For example, syllable division and grammatical word endings, sentence rhythm, word stress, intonation, and thought groups and blending. So you will get all the instruction you need to improve your pronunciation in my online course. Also, I have over 300 independent speaking tasks to help you improve your independent speaking. I have about 30 integrated speaking practice tests right now to give you some guidance on how to organize those as well. So those are some of my suggestions right now, at least with reading and also speaking. Now writing, I think it's a combination, of continuing to develop your vocabulary, but you also need to begin solving grammar problems. Most likely you're having problems with sentence formation. You might be using comma splices or run-ons or fragments. Maybe you have some punctuation issues or some word choice issues. The bottom line is, spend time in the grammar part of my course solving those problems. This is very important. Now, to supplement the grammar, obviously I have a writing section of my course, and my writing section features 40 independent writing practice tests. You can start getting feedback today and tomorrow in those areas. I have 43 integrated writing practice tests. Again, you can start getting feedback beginning tomorrow in those areas. So as you begin completing these independent and integrated writing practice tests, again, I will become more familiar with your problems, and I'll start giving you scores. And then you can look at your score and you start making adjustments. I may even recommend specific lessons that I think you should review based on your score. So consider those things there. So again, my best guess for you is approximately 90 days. I know it seems ridiculous that it would take 90 days to improve 4 points, but it's tough. It's tough. The TOEFL's tough. And you already have a high score, but remember that your subtotals, that's what's taking the time, not the overall 4 points you need. You need to gain really, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2 is 10. You need to gain 10 points overall, in the different subtotals in order to reach your goal. Alrighty, so anyway, I will include in this YouTube video a link to my 90-day TOEFL study guide for you, so you can take a look at it. And remember that there's a really big emphasis on vocabulary in this study guide. I think that's going to be important for you, especially to help you in your reading and writing areas of the course. All right, thank you, sir, for your comments and for your questions, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.